So Seth Rogen was on Marc Maron's podcast recently. I mean, Marc Maron's podcast. It's not as good as our podcast, but it's an okay
It's a
podcast.
decent podcast.
It's decent. It's decent.
He gets a good amount of downloads.
So here's what Seth said. You don't keep all your Jews in one basket. I don't understand why they did that. It makes no sense whatsoever. You don't keep something you're trying to preserve all in one place, especially when that place has proven to be pretty volatile. I'm trying to keep all these things safe. I'm going to put them in my blender and hope that that's the best place that'll do it.
Yeah.
And then he said that he was fed a huge amount of lies about Israel during his youth. And he said, and we quote, they never tell you that, oh, by the way, there were people there in Israel, Palestine. They make it seem like I didn't get the
expletive is like
doors
the
open.
fucking doors were open.
Okay, I see.
It's it's a curse word.
So those are the quotes. So first things first, to Seth. So
the first part's kind of funny. I mean, it's funny. Like I don't know how serious he is about it, but it's kind of funny.
Unless he's serious. Like it's funny, but it's stupid. It's pretty stupid. I mean, to me, the most annoying thing is when he says they never tell you, by the way, there were people there. Seth, darling, there were people in America too before you guys came.
Yeah, but he would probably tell you, yeah, that's why we need to. I can't do a Seth Rogen impression. It's like,
what would he say to that?
That's why we need to pay reparations, and America is built on the blood and tears of Native Americans.
If you're really
slavery.
serious about that ideology, then you should move out and let
give your house to a Native American.
Give it all to them. Yeah. I mean, if we're fair, if you want to be fair and square, that's the decent thing to do.
Yeah, you're living on tribal
occupied
tribal land, so you should vacate your house and give it to a Native American.
Yeah, I mean, if
it's true.
Yeah.
No, absolutely.
I mean, come on! It's
who
the
is
hypocrisy.
benefiting from these sins more than the people who themselves who are
It's amazing how Americans, they forget and they talk about the occupation and they talk about the Palestinians. Guys, I mean, look at what your ancestors did. Okay, focus on that. When you solve that,
I think the issue is that like everything is taken out of context. I mean, first of all, slavery and some of the things that the forefathers or certain Americans or colonialists did to Native Americans was pretty horrific. Some of the things that Native Americans did to other Native Americans and did to colonialists was pretty horrific. Everything's taken out of context. Mm-hmm. It's like, we're the best. Ben Shapiro has a great line. We're the best people who ever lived, and we're, pure. It's like, it's so easy to look to the past and say like, oh my God, there were, they forget to tell you there were people here. It's like, okay, yeah, there was also a war and there was a Holocaust happening and people were looking for, their ancient homeland for some security. And
there were also Jews here, by the way.
And there were also Jews here who were getting murdered by Arabs, by Arab rioting.
There was also a lot of land that was bought legally by Jews from Arabs.
Yeah.
So, Seth, get your ass together.
Yeah. No, I mean, the first part's funny. But
yeah, okay, it's funny, but when you look into it, it doesn't make much sense. I mean, in America, Jews are...
Also, look at the Holocaust. We were spread all across Europe.
And they put us all together.
They brought us together, yeah.
So, and also in America, for example, you're spread out really, really thin. And, you're being assimilated. Yeah. So if that's something you're up for, that's legitimate.
Yeah, how Jewish is Seth Rogen? Like, not, I mean, he's Jewish. I'm not coming to say Seth Rogen's not a Jew, but how culturally and traditionally Jewish is Seth Rogen?
And his grandchildren.
How, yeah, exactly.
his grandchildren, how-
My next point is how culturally
took your next point.
and traditionally will his grandchildren be, and their grandchildren, if they stay in the United States. They
Yep.
won't remember.
Yeah, that's maybe the blender he's talking about.
Yeah.
So if that's what you want, so okay, it's your call to make.